Emmerdale actress Natalie J. Robb has hinted that tensions are rising between Moira Dingle and Jo Tate as she works to clear her name and rebuild her family's reputation in the village. Jo has framed Moira for Celia Daniels' human trafficking scheme, and she is now facing charges for the killings of Celia and Anya Barisha. Moira's difficulties have forced her to sell Butlers Farm to Jo and Kim Tate, while her husband Cain is dealing with cancer. In an interview with a newspaper, Robb suggested that conflict is intensifying between the Dingles and the Tates, particularly Moira and Jo. She added that Jo is definitely on Moira's radar. During her time in prison, Moira met with Kim, and the two were able to show a level of mutual respect for each other. Robb explained that the scenes with Kim highlighted a shared respect between them, unlike her relationship with Jo. She said Jo is completely different, driven purely by business and the desire to win at any cost. She described Jo as someone focused only on success, whereas Kim, despite her questionable past, does not operate at the same level of ruthlessness. Robb also referred to Jo as a true narcissist. In upcoming episodes, Jo will reportedly order the demolition of everything on the Butlers Farm land, including a memorial dedicated to Moira's late daughter, Holly Barton. Robb commented that this goes too far and that Moira is aware of it. She explained that these events are weakening Jo's defenses, as Moira begins to take note of everything happening around her. She added that Moira wants to resolve the situation, but may choose to wait and plan her next move carefully. Robb also suggested that Moira is simply biding her time, especially as more people begin to seek revenge on Jo. She mentioned that the writers will decide how the story unfolds, noting that there are many possible directions. She added that the list of people against Jo is growing, which could lead to future storylines, and said the situation is exciting and a refreshing change. Robb also expressed her enjoyment of working with a wider range of actors, saying that the new variety and collaboration across different groups has been a positive experience. Spoilers from Monday's episode, which is available on ITVX and YouTube but has not yet aired on ITV1, reveal that Jacob is double-crossed by someone he works with as tensions rise with Dr. Todd. Jacob's attempts to win approval from his strict new supervisor are complicated when a sly action from colleague Rich threatens to make matters worse. In the latest episode, attention turns to a research assignment that has pushed Jacob to his limits over the past few days. Jacob has been working tirelessly, day and night, to create a proposal that meets Dr. Todd's standards, while unintentionally neglecting his marriage to Sarah. Despite his hard work, he may not receive any recognition. During a private conversation at the hospital, Rich tells Jacob that he would not stay silent if he were treated the same way, suggesting that Todd has claimed Jacob's work as her own and questioning her trustworthiness. Jacob chooses not to raise the issue, even though Rich believes he is hiding his true feelings. He explains that complaining could make things more difficult for him at work. Soon after, Rich creates further trouble by giving Todd a distorted version of the conversation, implying that Jacob has been criticizing her and venting behind her back. Rich tells Todd that Jacob has accused her of taking credit for his work, while admitting that it sounds unbelievable. Todd responds by saying she values openness and appreciates being informed about the situation. The question remains whether Todd will retaliate against Jacob after Rich's manipulative actions. Earlier in the year, the show revealed a workplace bullying storyline following Todd's return. The storyline explores Jacob's struggle to balance his personal life with the intense demands of his controlling boss. The drama increases further when Todd moves into the village, making the boundaries between Jacob's professional and private life even more complicated. Emmerdale viewers have started speculating about who poisoned Kim Tate after the latest episode aired, with many believing they have identified the culprit. The long-running feud between the Dingle and Tate families has been ongoing for some time. When Lydia's family learned that Kim planned to leave home farm to her, jokes quickly circulated about her being killed off. However, the situation has now turned serious after Kim was poisoned. In the recent episode, Kim visits the Dingle household in an attempt to make peace. But during the visit, things take a dangerous turn. Several members of the family have motives to harm Kim, especially knowing that Home Farm could eventually be transferred to a Dingle. As the evening progresses, each member appears suspicious. Sam collects mushrooms at Cain's request, Caleb insists that only Kim drink from a specific bottle of wine, and Chas serves her a slice of pie. Kim eventually raises a toast, expressing her hope for a fresh start. Moments later, she suddenly collapses into Lydia's arms, shocking everyone present. Only Liam and Lydia appear genuinely concerned, while the rest of the Dingles suggest her condition could benefit them. After Kim is taken to the hospital, suspicion spreads among the Dingles as they begin questioning one another. Meanwhile, fans who watched the early release have shared theories about who is responsible. Some viewers on social media believe Lydia may be behind the poisoning. One theory suggests that she could be acting to show loyalty to the Dingle family, even if it means going to extreme lengths while feeling remorse later. Additional discussions also supported the idea that Lydia could be the culprit, with some fans believing she might later try to hide her involvement while still acting for the family's benefit. However, not all viewers agree. One fan argued that Lydia's past guilt, particularly over a previous incident involving a horse, makes it unlikely she would commit such an act again. They also noted that multiple potential poisons were included in the storyline, broadening the list of suspects. Despite the tension, the characters showed little genuine concern for Kim, instead focusing on the financial consequences of her possible death. Emmerdale broadcast Tracy Robinson's departure scenes in tonight's episode as she began a new chapter away from the village, following positive news in real life. After receiving an unexpected job offer from Cara Robinson, Tracy said her goodbyes and left with her daughter Frankie. The emotional storyline aligns with actor Amy Walsh's real-life maternity break. Walsh and her husband, Toby Alexander Smith, recently welcomed their second daughter. In the episode, Tracy was shown packing her remaining belongings while Vanessa Woodfield looked on with disappointment. Tracy explained that painful memories in the Dales had become overwhelming, leading her to take a break and leave for a while. Vanessa expressed understanding, while also admitting she wished Tracy would stay. She wished her well, but said she would miss her presence. Later, as Tracy and Frankie stood outside with their packed boxes, Eric Pollard came to say his goodbyes and wished them well for the future. Tracy commented that he seemed to care more than Cain, questioning Frankie's grandfather's absence. Unaware to Tracy, Cain and the Dingle family were caught up in another conflict with the Tates following the destruction of Holly Barton's memorial. By the time Cain returned to say farewell, he was devastated to learn that Tracy and Frankie had already left. Fortunately, Belle informed Tracy of the situation, allowing her to stay behind so Cain and Frankie could share a proper goodbye. Emmerdale continues to air on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.